Hello, people. It's your boy Ambassador again doing this thing. As usual, I just come to share my opinion. It was this, should I call it, public debate forum thing, which I stumbled upon, and was talking about Japa, which is, I think, a Yoruba word for take off or run away or something like that, or go away, something like that. I don't know the exact meaning for Japa in Yoruba, but the whole Nigeria uses now as we in Cameroon we call it bushfalling, falling bush. That's how we refer to the whole thing, Japa in Cameroon. It's not unique to Nigeria. They were just discussing in the Nigerian context where all of these things are similar to Africa. Why young people are flooding away from the country. For lack of a better word, I use flooding. It's almost like they're running away from some trouble.
Almost 90% of the people I went to school with have left the country. If you're a doctor, there's no reason for you to be in Nigeria. That is what everybody says.
So for the fact that people are running away because of money is a problem to me. You took an oath to save lives.
This is a sense of belonging. This is beyond pay.
If everybody leaves Nigeria, so who will build Nigeria? Come to Nigeria, get the knowledge over there, come back and create opportunity.
I don't agree because hope is not a strategy. You don't.
So when I saw this video and I got their various opinions, I was thinking to myself, okay, it's not like anybody's right or wrong. You cannot tell somebody how to feel based on what they are receiving or what life is serving to them. But I was thinking to myself, okay, these guys are leaving Africa. Who is going to build Africa? That's what always comes to mind. I mean, like most of my relatives and friends and the diaspora, to be honest, like 80%, 80% of my friends and relatives are out of Africa. I always have these conversations with them. They already know my opinion on some of these things. And some of them are going to watch it and be like, there he goes again.
So people want to take that brilliance and take it to a country that works, a structure that works. And you can't blame them. So even for those of us who have not, summoned up courage or being able to just uproot ourselves and leave, we are left with, the keeping up with our friends with all of the digital media, social media, Twitter. It feels like we're seeing every day, but the truth is we are separated. We are alienated from people we've grown up with. We are separated from family. Like I have friends that, one of my friends, today is her mom's birthday. She's literally the only child and she doesn't even know when she's going to see her, right? And it's just happening like that. We talk about the impact it has on youth, but there's also impact on the parents you're leaving behind. The people that you don't know when they're going to fall sick. Things are really bad. You don't know if the next time you're coming into Nigeria is to bury your mom or to bury your dad. So it's really painful.
I'm always asking them, who will build Africa? Somebody built Europe or America or wherever you are now. You are leaving a place that has to be built because maybe some ancestors or a certain generation in Africa was sleeping and drinking palm wine and playing draft, songo or whatever you want to call it, while some other generation was building in Europe or in America. It's true we want to say that okay, they exploited Africa, they took things. Yeah, that was part of the work they were doing. What put off your brain for someone to come and exploit you and take your resources and go? What were you doing when they were taking the resources? So that all of these questions I'm asking, by the end of the day, we just want to be happier and healthier and, should I call it, better in Africa. So if we don't achieve this, all the complaints we give, it does not serve. So that's why I just jumped into it like, who is going to build Africa? Are you guys intending that we all leave and then we use Africa as the burying ground or the farm where we all come and plant food and then we leave? If that's the intention, then let's understand. But we cannot be leaving a place because it's not built, hoping that it's going to be built by magic and then we'll come back, unless you don't plan to come back. Some people don't plan to come back, but I always find it funny. Some people you give your productive energy to another society and then hope to come back to another society to get a developed society. Who developed it? So we should just have these thoughts in mind. I always say, as I said, most of my comments I make, I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm just saying how I feel and my thoughts, just my opinion, as I said, right? The next thing that came to mind was most Africans have given up on Africa and the way forward, even those who are still in Africa. From the way we throw debt on the street, to the corruption, to the way we teach our children, it shows a certain level of escapism / je m'en fouism. That's a French word I'm borrowing of. We don't care about this place. The better place is out there. We are messing up this one. My life will only get better when I'm out there. So there's that mindset that makes we don't, even those who are back here are trying to be out there, so nobody's developing back here. And let's just think about it. As I said, if we are leaving, who is going to build this? I'm not saying don't leave, but just think about it, knowing that I'm leaving. What I was supposed to do here, nobody will do it, so I'll still meet it undone, or my children will meet it undone, or nobody, or will not come back here. That's just the thought I had in mind when I watched this. The last thing I was like, there was a certain lack of critical thinking when I saw some of the arguments we were putting on this platform. I was like, we don't think about our problems as Africans. We have outsourced everything. So we are either looking at some NGOs to come with funds to develop us and change our lives. We are looking for God to come and we pray and we list all our problems. He has given us 2 hands, 2 legs, all the resources around us to make things happen. But we are still listing our problems to him like, God, I want a car. I want a house. I need money. And deliver me from the world of poverty. He has given you everything you need. So there's that escapism which I see in all our systems, and that lack of critical thinking where we are not thinking critically to solve our problems. We are just either executing whatever we have been told from school or by our bosses or our donors or whatever it may be, but we don't own our problems and try to solve them. Then at the end of the day, we are blaming everybody but ourselves, and then the best solution we find is to leave. Fine, leave, but remember, Africa is still waiting. Africa has to be developed. Some people are going to stay. I put my hand up first. I'm here. I'm going to stay here. Usually I tell them, my man, I die here. And somehow there's also that when I say that a lot, there's that shame where even when I'm thinking I want to fall bush or I'm like, how do I tell all these people now that I want to tear, I want to run away? After all the noise I've been making, like, I die here. So it also is one of those things that keeps me on the ground, because I have an obligation and a certain level of determination / stubbornness and pride to make sure that I make things happen in Africa. Even when I travel, I see some of these good systems are working out. Telecom, Uber Eats, Uber transportation, there are digital e-commerce things and the rest. I'm thinking of how to make it happen here. So when it's all said and done, when we decide to want to leave, let's think about all of these things I've said. As usual, it's your boy Ambassador. I'm out.
Just my opinion.